Hey, what's up, guys? Got a race this afternoon. I'm off today, so I'm going to be working on my SRX2 because I haven't really um, gotten it back in shape at all this year. I've raced it a couple times and it keeps having trouble, so um, I've even been running it with the X-ray arm the last race because the other one broke. So Serpent, man, I just have such a hard time ordering parts. Unless you know the part numbers, you really need to look in the magazine or in the manual and see what part numbers you need to order, because these are the wrong shock shafts. So I got some longer ones that I'm going to try um, that are just a little bit longer. Not much, not this one. This one's like a rear one or something. I'm not sure, but these other two, I'm gonna put the pistons from the SRX2. So I have in there now on those shafts to see how that works. Yeah, and we're also switching to the gullwing arms. We got the gullwing shock tower, and yeah, that's some of the main things. I also got some new turnbuckles. Cause see, I've got an associated one there, a Serpent one there. I keep breaking the Serpent ones, and I got an upside down rod in there because camber link or whatever you want to call it. Because I've just put on a brand new one. It broke, so I've broken 4 of those. It's crazy. So what I did is I drill, and they break off right down inside of the end, the plastic part. So what I've done is I've drilled down a little bit, and that's what we're going to run, because I ain't buying no more of them damn things. All right, guys, so I'm going to get to work on this, and we'll check back in a little bit. All right. Guys, so far I'm done with getting the arms on the assembly there, and you know, everything's free. No binding at all. So next I'm gonna put new rods in these arms, and I think, like I said, one of them had. Yeah, see, I'm using 2 lefts, and I got one put on the opposite way so that I could use it as a right, which would be that one here. But anyway, so I'm going to take that out, and I have in here, I have the piece that I cut out. Well, here's 2 of them actually, but this one's the older one, so I'll put it in the newer one, because this was brand new right here. This part right here was brand new. First time out, within 2 minutes, the rod broke off inside of there, so I had to Dremel down about a millimeter to maybe probably about 2 millimeters, so I could grab the rest of the rod and pull it out. But it's still got, it's, about, I can, if I have to, I can adjust it to more in this side if I have to, but it'll still go to here. So that's plenty, depth, I guess. But all right, guys, so I'm going to get those chains out. Excuse my voice. I had some sort of cold after I get in the flu during the holidays. I had some sort of cold. Went to visit my mother this past weekend, and actually our car spun out twice in the snow on the way home. It was really scary. We were only like 10 minutes from home as we started to leave. The snow started falling real fast, and it gathered on the road, and it just was it was basically unpassable, just because of the area is all hills and it's kind of rolling hills, but a rolling hill with 28 degrees and a layer of ice and snow. It wasn't going down in my 2-wheel drive car. So we turned around and ended up spinning out twice. Luckily, some neighbors that were local there, they were able to get their truck and pull our vehicle out of the ditch the first time. And so we had about 2 miles left to get back to my mother's house, where we were visiting. We ended up, got about a mile from home and spun out again. So we ended up calling them. I ended up giving the guy $50, but we called them and had them come to us out again. The guy told me that he ended up towing people out the rest of the night and made several $100. So I guess it was, it worked out good for him. But all right, guys. So let me get back to this. Oh, here's another thing. This is needs to be cleaned, but this is the, I think they have a brass one. This is the aluminum hinge pin holder. But, yeah, it's black. They have a brass one, a gold one. I've broken it twice, so I bought this one. All right, guys, let me do that. Oh, the other thing I got to do, I got to replace the shock shaft. So I'm going to do these rod ends, shock shafts, and get it back together, and we'll take a look. So this is kind of interesting. Like I told you, I had to cut 2 millimeters back so that I could remove the rest of the rod. Well, I cut 2 millimeters back and started removing it. And I thought, I wasn't really paying attention to what it looked like, but I got it out and I started trying to put a new one in. And damn, the thing broke twice in there. So there's another little piece. So this piece is done. I guess I need to get more, but I have got the rod ends together. The other one is my other spare one I had that is missing, piece. I had to cut a millimeter or two, or a millimeter or two off of the end, but the rod actually came out. It didn't have another piece in this one. So everything's, the balls, so little ball joints, they're all really pretty good loose. This one's a little tight. I might take that thing and ream it out a little bit. But anyway, other than that, things are going well. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get it put back together and see how it goes. As far as the shocks, right now I am just going to put them back together. I am going to use some longer ends and end pieces to try to make them a little bit longer. All right, guys. I'll see you in a minute. All right, guys. So what do you think? I think it looks good with the gullwing arms. Now I'm actually riding 13 mil. I got 13 millimeter ride height, where before the lowest I could really get was 14, and I could go lower, but I think maybe 13. I might try 12, but it's kind of stood the shocks up more. Yeah, guys, and then I got the associated tie rods. I do have that rod end is one that I had to use because the left one I just couldn't get to work. I had an extra spare left one because I never break that side, but I could not get it to work properly, so I had to just use this older one, which is in good condition still. So everything should work good, man. I'm expecting to do well tonight, hoping to do well anyway, going to have fun. They got a new layout. It's a lot more tricky, a lot tougher. It's bigger. My buddy, who's a good driver, was there this past weekend, and he said, man, it's just a tough track. And so, yeah. All right, guys. Also, I got the e-buggy and the nitro buggy cleaned up and ready to roll. I did something new with the battery strap, which didn't take too much modification, but now I'm running one big battery strap long ways, and then one pretty thick one going across to hold the tie downs down. And I believe it's going to work really well, guys. I mean, that thing's in there and should make it easier to change the batteries. And another thing, I'm gonna make another video about this, but Hobby Wings motors, these Gen 3 motors, they're good motors, they run awesome, but the problem that they have is the rotor. It wears heavily where it rides on the main pinion up here. So after maybe 3 months to a year, depending on how much you race, right? But you'll start hearing a noise, and it's just like you think it's maybe your pinion gear or this, that, and the other, and it will be somewhat because once it starts rattling around essentially in there, because that's what's happening is it's wearing so heavily on the pinion gear. I mean, on the motor shaft where it rides on the bearing, that it's just kind of rattling, and it's really loud and noisy. Even I replaced the pinion, and it helped a little bit. But then it was cutting off. I've been having all kinds of problems with them. So this one's got a Gen 2 rotor in it. And that one's not perfect. So I got a new motor on the way. So we're going to give that a shot. I'll show y'all when it gets here. But all right, guys, we are ready for the 2024 8-scale season. But today we're going to run us some 10-scale. Thanks for watching. Maybe I'll try to get some footage. Maybe I can get a friend to take a video. So if not, I'll plan to get a little footage. But thanks for watching, guys. Excuse my voice, man. Finally gotten over 1,000 subscribers, and I want to say thank you to every one of you guys that watch my channel, check out my content. So I appreciate you guys, and I hope to see you at the races soon. Y'all have a good one. Later.
22 flat, 23 flat, 14 1, 14 7. 13 4, 14 4, 14 flat, 13 4. 14 flat. 16 left, 14 left.
Yeah, this is a tricky track. I'm having a real tough time with this, the center double, I guess. That one the guy just wrecked on, that one's tough. So I'm going to work on this a little bit.
20 flat, 18 6.
We'll see how it goes.